Hi, welcome to Glow's Kindred Kitchen, and I'm Glow. Well, today I'm going to be making some grilled Reuben sandwiches, and the recipe that I used was my dad's, and we call it Old Bill's Grilled Reubens. And I thought I would share this with you. We have yet to find a better recipe for Reuben sandwiches, and when we go out to eat, it's hard to find a place that makes them as good as these. So I thought I'd share it with you. And I went ahead and prepared everything for me to start these sandwiches here. I always like to get my ingredients ready before I even start when I'm cooking. It just makes it a lot easier. I have my pan preheating and it's on low, and it's ready to go actually, but we got to get the sandwich ready here first. So the first thing, I'll go through the ingredients that I have here. I have corned beef, and I also have Swiss cheese. The corned beef and the Swiss cheese are Boar's Head, and that's the only kind that I buy. I was going to show you how lean their corned beef is.
Pretty lean, Miss Glow.
Yep, and it's delicious. And their cheese is imported from Switzerland. They sell some other cheeses as well, but this one just is delicious with the sandwich. And then I also use the fresh sauerkraut, not the canned, and this is actually by Boars Head as well. And what I do is I drain this in my little sieve here and into a bowl, and then I'll reserve this juice here and I'll pour it back in my jar. Boar's Head sauerkraut comes in a bag. And so what I do is after I have opened my bag and I'm using it, I put whatever I have left in a canning jar, and it keeps really well in the refrigerator for a long time. And then one of the secret ingredients is just Thousand Island dressing, and I'll tell you, it's delicious on this sandwich. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of these together so you can see how I do it. Oh, and the rye bread. You guys, you got to get a good rye bread or pumpernickel bread. This is actually Pepperidge Farms brand, and we like the seeded rye. But you can get it unseeded. You can get it in a swirl with pumpernickel and rye. They have many different types. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little of this Thousand Island dressing on each slice. And I'm going to spread it on. You want it kind of liberally on here so that it's well covered. There we go. So the next ingredient that we're going to put on here is our corned beef. And what I do is I fold it so that it just kind of fits on here nicely, usually in thirds. And you can put as much as you want. I know when my dad makes his, he puts about a half a pound on each one. I don't go quite that much, but you could easily do it, and it's delicious. So I have here, what was it? 1, 2, 3, I have 6 slices on here. So then we're going to put a layer of cheese. And then I put the sauerkraut. That's been drained. If you don't drain it, it gets your sandwich pretty wet, so you want to drain it. And you know how sometimes when you get a Reuben in a restaurant and it's falling apart as you're eating it and stuff? I think one of the things that helps when I cook it at home is a tip that my dad had taught me, that you put another layer of cheese in between. So you have your sauerkraut on top of cheese, and then you put the cheese on top, and that kind of keeps it together, and it prevents your bread from getting soggy. So then I just put this top on. So that's a pretty thick sandwich.
It is, Miss Glow.
So the next thing is, I used to butter my bread, but I found that it was tearing my bread sometimes, especially this time of year, because my butter is at room temperature, but it's still not as soft as it is in the summertime. So I have found a trick that if I just put some butter in this pan, just like this, and melt it, and then put my sandwich right on top of it, then I don't have to worry about buttering my bread. So we're going to go ahead and let this grill, and this is a cast iron pan. This takes about 4 to 5 minutes, sometimes 6, to get completely done. But I'm going to go ahead and let this cook for a few minutes, and we'll be back and we'll be flipping it. Hi. Well, I think our Reuben's about ready to turn. Take a look at it. Oh yeah.
Good.
So what I'm going to do before I turn it is I'm taking a half a teaspoon of butter and I'm just going to put it right down in here so it melts. And I'm going to go ahead and move my sandwich over here, and I'm going to scoop that butter right there. And then I'm going to whoop. See how it's getting away from me here. 1, 2, 3, go.
Look.
Look how pretty that is.
So pretty.
So we're going to let this continue to grill, and I forgot to tell you that once I put my sandwich in there for the first time, I did turn up my pan to 3. So this is going to go ahead and grill for another 1.5 to 2 minutes, and I'm going to put a lid on this for this last part, and that helps get your cheese nice and melted, and gets all the seasonings going through it really well. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. I can't wait to try this. Well, it's been about 1.5 minutes, and I think our sandwich is about done. I can smell it, and it smells delicious. When I cook, I go a lot by sight and smell and touch and everything. Let's see. I'm going to just flip it over so we can see. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep, looks good, Miss Chloe.
Looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out and put it right there. Always turn your burner off when you're done. And I got to tell you, I am anxiously awaiting to have this tonight for dinner. Like I said in the beginning of doing all my videos on my channel, I've been taught by a lot of really good cooks, and my dad is one of those. Actually, he's 91 years old, and he just made his own oyster stew the other week for himself. So this sandwich, though, is probably one of the best that he makes as far as sandwiches go. So, Dad, thank you. Trust me, we're passing this down as tradition to the next generations. But this is delicious.
It is, Miss Chloe. We're passing it down to the next generation, but we're eating that one right now.
Yeah, it's delicious. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to just hold it up so you guys can see.
Looks good.
Yep.
Smells good too.
Yep. So I wish you guys were here to enjoy this with us, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
There's Miss Chloe again. She came back with the corned beef. But we wanted to remind you to like and subscribe and comment on this video and try this recipe. You're going to love it. Bye.
Bye.